Hello, my name is Robin Schneider. I'm going to present a short snippet from my workshop, Everything I Needed to Know I Learned as a Homeschool Mom. I start out the workshop with a quick overview of how I went from chemistry student to homeschool mom and back to graduate school. And then I get to this section. If you're a homeschooling parent, there are certain questions people ask that just make you shudder, like, what about socialization? Or, how will they learn to deal with bullies? Or, what if they want to go to prom? When I was home with my kids, I heard all of these cringeworthy questions numerous times. I'd smile and answer in a relatively kind fashion, and then I'd walk away shaking my head. As time went on, I was perplexed less by the questions themselves and more by the attitudes that accompanied them. For example, I noticed that very few people enjoyed spending time with their kids and that most people thought experts knew how to raise their children better than they did. And over the years, I started to notice another disturbing attitude in people I talked to. When I told people who sort of knew me that I homeschooled my children, they'd give me this odd look. And though few of them actually came out and said anything really rude, the body language I saw showed that the quiet ones were probably thinking just like the outspoken ones. Here's what the outspoken ones said. "Why, Robin? Why would you want to do that? You're really smart. Didn't you say you have a degree in chemistry? Why would you waste your time being at home when you could just send your children to school? Because then you could do something really great in the world." The implication was this: Robin, you are wasting your talents. You are neglecting your potential. Go out and do something worthwhile. I think this attitude is very prevalent in our world, and while we, as homeschooling parents, may not completely accept it ourselves, we get hit with it so much that we sometimes develop a martyr complex. You know what I mean. I love my children so much that I will suffer this great indignity, make this painful sacrifice for years and years and years, just for them. Do any of you ever feel like that? I know I did. And it wasn't the best attitude to have. I tried not to let it color my interactions with my boys, but I'm not sure I entirely succeeded. But you know what? I discovered the most amazing thing when I stopped being the primary homeschooling parent and went back to work and school. Even if I completely ignored the wonderful things I had done for my children, and I'm not trying to minimize my efforts in that arena at all, my boys turned out great. Even if you ignored those things, I had learned so many skills, developed so many more talents, that I actually had an advantage over other people. My years at home had not been a waste. They had been the best educational experience I'd ever had, far more valuable than my bachelor's degree in chemistry. Homeschooling my children was the most incredible career and personality development program I could possibly have undertaken. I wish I'd known that would be the case back when I started. I wish I'd known that my 15-year time out was not a sacrifice, but a useful detour on my path to success. Because if I'd had a different attitude about what I was doing, not for my children, but for myself, then maybe, just maybe, I would have accomplished even more for myself and my children than I did. It's a bit too late for me, but I hope I can get you to see what a difference homeschooling can make in your own personal development. You may not learn quite the same lessons yourself, but I hope that, after listening to my stories, you will go home and try to figure out the ways you're developing your character and the lessons you are learning. Do you want to hear about the lessons I learned as a homeschool mom? If so, please contact your local homeschool organization and have them arrange for me to present this workshop. Due to my busy schedule, I am available for a limited number of speaking arrangements each year. In addition to this workshop, everything I needed to know I learned as a homeschool mom, I have a number of other classes that I am happy to present. I look forward to speaking at your event.